I'm just editing up this video now, and I thought I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory as to why I'm doing this. So I filled you in the last video that at the moment I'm actually doing sort of drive-in, drive-out work, and this is actually a really good opportunity for me to do all my cooking and things on the road. Usually I leave home on a Monday, so I've got a 6 hour drive ahead of me, so it's a really good idea for me to just whack all my food in the travel buddy. Then I've got dinner and usually lunch for the next day made, ready to go by the time I get there. It's a really good chance for me to really test what I can and can't cook in the travel buddy. Usually it's always been like pies and sausage rolls and things like that. So doing lamb roasts and pork roasts and briskets and ribs and all these other things that I plan on cooking, it's going to give me a really good chance to do that sort of side of it too. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. There's going to be lots of these videos that I film. Whether they make it onto the channel or not depends on what the interest is. So hope you like this one, guys. Let's get straight into it.
All right, so first things first, I better get the travel buddy turned on. So I'm going to run it at about 130, maybe a shade under, and I'm just going to set it to always on just to run. And you'll have to excuse how dirty my travel buddy is because it has not been cleaned in ages, so it looks absolutely filthy. So all I'm doing with these, I'm just dumping them straight into one of these foil trays. I wanted to have like a tiny little trivet just to get them up off the bottom, but I don't think I actually have anything. So yeah, that might suck. Doesn't really matter that much, I guess. We'll leave them as is. And then all I do, I just cover them in this like homemade barbecue seasoning stuff that I make up. Again, it's on the screen if you want to copy it. And then it's really easy to make. Then all I do, I just sort of give it a really good coating all over, so on all sides. The fat side at the top doesn't matter too much. A lot of it's gonna render, and then a lot of the none of this flavor will go through the fat, any of the fat cap. So it's not really, you don't have to go super thick on top, but it makes it nice, makes it a nice color. All right, get both ends underneath. So the bottom of it is actually probably where you're going to get the most flavor through into the meat. These are really good because they're so small, you don't have to have a lot of seasoning to cover it. But just give it a bit of a pat in there. I know when people talk about barbecue rubs, they actually, explain it like you're actually rubbing all this seasoning in and rubbing it. All you're going to do is rub it off. So just give it a bit of a pat it in there like that. Get all your other sides that you haven't covered yet, all the dregs off the bottom, like that. And then, honestly, that's like pretty much it done. I'll just quickly wash my hands because I've got seasoning all over them. All right, so this little fella here, this meter, so I'll open it up so you can see. Basically, it's a meat thermometer. Hope that comes through on screen all right. But it's just a meat thermometer, all little battery in the back, so just recharges itself. And then basically you stab this into your meat. It'll tell you what the temperature is inside your oven, as well as what is going on with the meat itself. So then it'll tell you when to take it out, if depending on how well you want it done. If you want it done, rare, medium rare, well done, or pull apart tender, it'll tell you exactly when to take it out. So for me, because we're doing two of these things, I'm just going to stick it into the thickest one because I don't want to underdo it. So I'll come around this side so you can sort of see what I'm doing. So you know what's going on. But basically, all you're doing, put that up there, is grabbing your thickest piece. For me, they're actually kind of about the same. I'm gonna have to wash my hands again now. But you grab your meter, grab your meat, stick it straight into the guts. There's a little line. I'm not sure if that's going to show up on camera, but there's a line sort of halfway there, and you stick that far in. I usually go a touch further, and basically you sit it back in your tray. So probably a little bit big for this one, but if I do it that way, that should work nicely. There we go. The back end of the meter is actually going to tell you what temperatures in the oven itself, and then the inside, what you've stabbed into the meat, is going to tell you what's happening with the meat itself. All right, I'll do a bit of a screen recording now so that you can see how I set this thing up so it records everything that's going on with the meat, and then we'll bung these things in, and yeah, we'll see how it turns out. All right, so basically with the meter, you've just got an app that you connect to, so you just go straight into it. As long as all your Bluetooth and everything's hooked up, it'll work. Basically, you can see there it's got no cook set up, but it's telling me there's an internal temperature now of 41 degrees Celsius and an ambient, sorry, of 41 degrees Fahrenheit and an ambient of 67. So these things just come set up as Fahrenheit. You can change it in the settings, and I'll do that now. I'll just go into settings and fix it up to Celsius. Cool. So you've got 20 degrees ambient and 5 degrees internal, which is about right. So, and it says no cook setup. So all you got to do is hit that and it'll come up and say tap to set up cook. So you go in, set up your cook, and it'll give you all of these options. So you've got beef, pork, poultry, lamb, fish, or other, with a nice picture of a dinosaur. So you can just go into lamb, because that's what we're doing today. Roasts, chops, chop, roast, or other. So you go into roast, obviously. And these things are little mini leg roasts. So you just go to a leg, and then it'll ask you how you're actually cooking it. So ovens, charcoal grill, gas grill, smoker, air fryer, on the hob, or something different. So we're using an oven. Now, oven, charcoal grill, gas grill, and smokers. Well, charcoal grill and smoker, very similar. Gas grill, the same. Air fryer and ovens have a little bit of fluctuation. So we'll go to oven, and I want this done fall apart tender, because I haven't done one of these things fall apart tender. I've done them medium rare and medium well. So we'll go to fall apart, and it's saying that the temperature there is 93 to 98 degrees for fall apart tender for lamb. So you hit fall apart and it automatically sets it at 95 degrees. So that's going to be your alarm to say take it out of the oven. So go up and hit start cook, and it'll give you these instructions on how to actually insert your probe. So even if you don't know how to do it 100% right, it'll tell you where the sensors are in the meter itself, so that you don't put the probes in wrong, get your temperatures stuffed up and stuff up your whole cook. So go to start cook, and then it'll tell you where you should position the block that actually connects to the meter, so that you know that you're going to stay connected to it. And then there you have it, you're on. It's saying it's estimating the cook time. So really handy little gadget. But anyway, that's pretty much been put to bed now for the next, I don't know how many hours, but we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to keep on driving back to where I'm going tonight so I can get ready for work, and I'm going to have dinner waiting for me in the oven when I get there. So keen as, let's see how it turns out. All right, well, just got back to the van, and it was running a bit cold, but anyway, flickers around. We'll grab this thing out and have a look how it looks, because it's smelling unreal. I haven't actually had a look at this yet. So that's how it's looking. It's been a couple of hours. I reckon it's probably been just over 2 hours. But yeah, anyway, we'll just keep on cooking it, see how it goes, because it's definitely throwing the heat in there and it's looking absolutely wicked. But we'll chuck it back in, because if you're looking, you ain't cooking. So chuck it straight back in. Righto, so the alarm's just gone off. So I'll jump straight in and have a look. It's just been buzzing at me that it's 95 degrees, so it should be pull apart tender. Righto, let's have a squeeze. Hot as. Right, so the way that the meter works, it gets to a certain temperature, then it tells you to remove whatever you're cooking from the heat. So that's pretty much how it shows up. I'll cut it up on the screen just to show you, but that's sort of how it shows up. And it gives you like a 5-minute rest time. So let's take it out. Just going to take it into the van, drain off some of that fat, not all of it, but just a little bit of it, and then get ready to cut it up, because it looks choice. Alright, well, back in the van, I'll just let this thing sit there for about the last, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. And forgive the van, it's an absolute pigsty. Everything's a bit all over the place, but have a go at these, man. These things are absolutely schmick. Loving it. So take that probe out. That doesn't need to be there anymore. I'll try to do this one-handed. So that aside, I'll wash that up. But these should pretty well just fall apart. Now this is going to be hot as, but look at that. Ah, Jesus. Alright, I'm going to need a fork or something for that. Right, have a look at this. Here you go. Ooh, mate, look at that. I've already had a bit of a taste of it and it tastes absolutely unreal. So, mate, that seriously is as easy as it gets. It took a bit of time, but I think it ended up taking, what's the time now? It's 7:30, and I put that on at about 2:30, so that's, 5 hours. Probably could have done it faster if I just done it a bit hotter. Could have done it slower as well if I wanted to eat a bit later, but mate, seriously, that is absolutely wicked. All I'm gonna do with that is some asparagus, and that's probably about it. Because I'm doing a keto diet, so I haven't gone full-blown carnivore or anything like that. But yeah, trying to work off all this weight after Chrissy. So anyway, that'll do me for the night and probably most of tomorrow as well. So mate, I hope you like that one. Give it a go if you've got a travel buddy. Or even if you don't, if you've got a little oven or one of those portable ovens or something like that that can cook around 100 degrees, mate, give it a crack, because that is absolutely mint. Alright guys, let me know what you reckon of that one in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.